Hey, Pajama Gramma, Horne-Ellstrom here with a chronic painkillers prescription and some homemade kombucha. The kids and I decided we would try to make kombucha, and the first batch actually turned out drinkable. So I'm sneaking steps of it because that is one of the things that I've discovered over the years that makes me feel better. And actually, it's only been the last year or so when I was introduced to kombucha. Not today's prescription. Today's prescription is all about listening. I was working on something else, and I've known my whole life I'm a talker. Yep, and not always a great listener. And in order to get better and improve in every area of my life, especially my health and with respect to chronic pain, I need to cultivate the ability to listen. Now, when it comes to our health and chronic pain, it's really difficult to listen because a lot of the information that we get and a lot of things people are saying to us are ridiculous. We all know that. We've all been privy to those experiences where somebody says something to us about our pain and we're speechless because we just have no way to respond because they say something that's so inconsiderate or rude or thoughtless that we're just flabbergasted. So those kind of things we need to filter out and not listen to. But what I'm talking about here is things that we need to listen to, information that we need to gather from around us that sometimes we don't want to hear. I know there have been doctor appointments that I'm going to hear something that I don't want to hear. And I've also learned that over the years then, I need to take a new set of ears or another set of ears with me to that appointment to take notes. So I always enlist somebody else, even on the doctor appointments I don't want somebody else to go with me. I make somebody come with me so that they can take notes and they can listen. Because as a human being, which we all are, if you're listening to this or watching this, it's human nature to only hear what we want to hear, only see what we want to see, and we filter other things out. And so a doctor or an expert might say something and we'll miss it. And it might be a key piece of information that will help us feel better. But because we're stuck on something they said earlier, or we're afraid, or we don't want to hear something, we won't even hear it. For example, if I go to my rheumatologist and I've gained a little weight and he tells me I need to lose 25 pounds, and I don't want to hear that because I don't want to go on a diet, guess what? If I'm in that appointment alone, I will probably block out and not even hear that whole discussion about losing weight or moving more. That's a big one for people with the similar issues that I have, is that we need to keep moving. And a lot of times the last thing we want to do is keep moving. So if I go to my rheumatologist and he says, you need to keep moving, you're obviously not moving enough, these joints are freezing up, this is what you need to do that. I'm not even going to hear that because I don't want to move. It hurts. I don't want to move. And that's why it is so helpful to take an advocate with me to listen and take notes. So the whole topic today, the whole point of this prescription is to, the saying God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason, or we've been created with 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason, to listen twice as much as we speak. And I think this is true of our healthcare and our chronic pain. If we listen and we're always observing and looking for things that can help us individually, that's what we'll find. But we have to be willing to listen. And we have to be willing to take steps in the times when we know that we're likely to not hear everything we want to hear, to take an advocate with us, to take a helper or a friend or a relative or somebody that can be another set of ears for us and take notes. When my dad was ill over the years, he had a lot of heart issues, and he finally passed away of brain cancer. We always had to have my mom and one of my sisters would go along to the doctor appointments because my mom and dad both, there was things that they didn't want to hear. And so one of us girls would go along and be the other set of ears to take notes and to really listen to what the doctors and the nurses and the professionals were saying so that we were less likely to miss some of the key things that needed to be done and dealt with in any of these situations. And with our health, it's really the core of us. Our physical being is so critical that we have to be willing to listen to and have someone help us listen to what's important to us so that we can select what will work and what will help us the most and put that into action in our life. So today I'm challenging myself to actually listen 10 times more than I talk, because I know that that's an area I need to personally work on. So what can you do with respect to listening as a prescription to impact your chronic pain? Go out and do it today. Get an advocate. Get somebody who will help you listen for the things around you that you need, that will help you, versus some of the nonsense. That extra set of ears and that advocate can really help you in some of those situations that aren't that comfortable as well. So make it an awesome day, and I will see you again soon with another Chronic Painkillers prescription.